My name's Corin from Brighton Electric. I'm going to show you how to set up a microphone. We're in front of the PA12 mixing desk. These are our most common mixing desks, so you'll find these in a lot of rooms. But essentially, you've got the same controls on all of our desks. I've got my SM58, which you can get from us down on the front desk, and my cable. Start with everything turned down, so we're going to start just plug it in. And then a really handy tip for just setting the gain level for a microphone is if you press this PFL button. I think on our other mixers it's called a listen, or it's a little sort of headphone icon. If you press that button there, and then you can talk into the microphone and turn the gain up, and you'll see it flashing up in green on here. So you can make sure you're not really clipping the mic. You see if I turn up the level here, it will go into the orange or the red, which you don't want. That's too loud. So you want to aim for like a nice consistent green for when you're singing. And once you've done that, you can turn that button off, and you can turn up your fader. You can slowly turn up the master fader, and you should hear your microphone working. There's loads of cool things you can do to make it sound different. One of those things that people often use is using the effects on these mixers. So to do that, you want to send some of the signal from your microphone channel here. So we're on channel 1. So you're going to start with this yellow knob here, and you can turn that up, and that's you sending the signal to the effects. And then you can return the effects with this yellow fader here. They're conveniently the same colour to make it easier. So you're sending it from the channel, and you're returning it with this fader here. So you can put that up to 0, and now when I turn everything up again, you should get some effects. Got some nice effects on there. A really common problem in rehearsal rooms is feedback from microphones. So there's a few things you can do to help combat this. If your microphone is facing towards the speakers, very likely to give feedback. So you can try and set up your singer so you're facing away. You can also sometimes get lots of feedback in the lower frequencies. And you don't always need these for vocal performance. So you can come into the desk here, and there's two really useful controls. You've got a high pass filter here, and you can push that in, and that will cut off all of the frequencies below 100 Hertz in this case. So you're basically getting rid of all the low frequencies, and they can cause all sorts of rumbles and feedback. So that's really good. And if you're still getting problems, you can turn down the low frequency here, or the lower mid frequency here as well. And that will just kind of take away a bit more of that rumble, which again, you shouldn't really need for a vocal. The last feedback trick that I have is sometimes a microphone stand can be touching the floor like this, and that can cause vibrations down the mic stand, and then it can resonate with the room, and you can get all sorts of feedback. So you can just lift that off the floor like that if you are getting feedback, and that will really help.